Today I'm in Croydon, which is one of the suburbs worst affected by the civil unrest. The cost to the community here will no doubt be high. So I want to find out what locals think should be done with all those who are involved in the riots.
Put them inside 5 years. Build a special prison for them.
On the one hand, you don't want to discourage these people from having an active part in society, and I think to some degree giving them harsh sentences could do that. But at the same time, you don't want there to be a feeling of injustice in society either. You want people to be punished for disobeying the law.
Before they rush into making decisions to send people to prison, they should also try to find out what actually made those young people do something that bad.
I went to see Malcolm Wicks, MP for Croydon North, to discuss the reactions he had witnessed.
I think in the immediate days and hours following the riot, there were some pretty tough solutions out there, and a sense, rightly or wrongly, that our justice system is too soft, that we should crack down very hard on these people. I mean, there was a strong feeling there. We should be really very tough. I think that then gives way among many thoughtful people to a sense about, why is it that these young people are doing that? And if people see a future for themselves, they're not going to riot, they're not going to burn down their community. When people don't see that future, when they can't see beyond Saturday evening, these things are more likely to happen.
Operation Trident advisor Claudia Webb suggests this was part of a London-wide issue.
Here we have a community who recall and have collective memory about the 1980s, about their treatment at the hands of the police, stop and search, being over-policed as criminals, under-policed as victims. A vast majority of people, instead of building trust with the police, are feeling alienated from the police.
Nearly 2,000 people have been arrested in London over the riots. 60% of these were remanded in custody. Normally, just 10% are remanded for more serious offences. Where relations between the community and authority are already fragmented, there is concern that harsh punishment will cause further backlash. Magistrates' courts such as this one are likely to face a hefty bill at the end of the month. Not only have they been open for longer hours, but also at the weekends. There is debate, however, whether the punishments been given out actually fit the crime.
Some of the sentences I've seen, it's ridiculous. 6 months for a bottle of water, 8 months for a pint of milk, and people are getting 2 days in prison, in a cell for stealing much worse things, and it's ridiculous.
For what the damage they've done, and that, I think they should be punished properly. Not 8 month sentence here and a month here. They should really be punished.
There's a lot of people that's not being caught, and they were not being caught. But what can you say? The government is not, to me, it's not stable. It's not good enough.
The Crown Prosecution Service have the lengthy task of prosecuting those that the police have arrested.
We've now got charged over 1,000 people in the last week, really, which is a huge surge in our work. There'll obviously be a cost to what's happened. I think the public wants offenders brought to justice, but I also think they want offenders brought fairly to justice as well, and there will inevitably be a cost to that.
David Cameron has said that all those who are involved in the riots will feel the full force of the law. However, the price of reprimand in the UK is high. The average cost of one person in prison is £40,000 annually, and it costs the taxpayer £119,000 for each new prison place.
I think everybody will want to see people who have engaged in criminality face justice. My view is that we're almost in a hysterical mode as a nation. I've heard again of young black people who have been convicted and pleaded guilty receiving hugely disproportionate sentences. I can't think how that will help in the long term. Surely better to put them to work in the community on some restorative program where they're forced to both meet their the people that they've attacked and clean up the situation and so on would be a better and more productive use of their time. I think people who go to jail tend to come out a lot worse than they went in.
Although for some people, putting rioters back into the community would just cause further distress.
There was hammering on our back door. Get out, get out. So I've gone flying down the stairs to see what it is. She said Reese's Corners are light, and as she said it, the flames or the smoke and the flames were just coming straight over the flat. So I did no more than just grabbed the bag and ran. I'm petrified to go out of an evening.
Whilst opinions are divided on how to serve justice to the rioters, it is clear that the scars from their actions remain, and for many, these will take a long time to heal.